great matchup. Currently, Gosu and behind 1-2, but he is currently their strongest player. So we'll see whether or not Titan's prediction that Angry is gonna take this and the next game, or will Huang Xing continue and perhaps do the reverse all kill.
And I know vVvV has 3 players left, so this isn't a super important game, but I think it really is important. If you can knock off the best player from Gosu, go up 3-1, and basically force the remaining Gosu player to go through 3 players, I think this would be a huge win for Angry. I know in previous weeks, he's had some mixed results, so this could be a huge confidence boost for him, as we do see him spawning as the red Terran player in the eastern position, and his opponent, Gosu's strongest ace here, spawning as the pink Protoss in the northern position. So again, close by air, but I'm not really sure whether that's going to factor in so much in this matchup. Definitely could, though.
Yeah, it definitely could. We'll see what's going to be happening, what builds are going to be trying to go for here on Metalopolis. Close by air, Banshee harassment hasn't been popular for quite a while, but then again, Angry could try to pull an oldie but goodie opening here on MLG Metalopolis, since Metalopolis has been retired from the ladders, and the longer the maps is retired from the BattleNet ladder map pool, the more I wonder how the players will, if they'll remember how to play on this map, since it has been removed. What do you think?
I think this map is going to be ingrained in players' DNA for quite a while, along with Xel'Naga Caverns. You just played so many hundreds and thousands of games on this map. It's in every single tournament. It's on the ladder for so long, and I think it'll be quite a while, at least in StarCraft terms, maybe 9 to 12 months before players really start to not have specific builds in mind for this map. So we do see that Angry places down that initial supply depot at the top of this ramp here and has that first barracks a little bit farther inside. So if he's able to get a Marine down there, he could perhaps deny a probe scout, but we do see the probe coming up here right away. So we'll see that 1 Rax and we'll see the gas.
Yeah, so Angry pretty much opening with the standard. I think this was a 12 racks followed by a 13 gas. He will get an orbital command and train up a Marine. Meanwhile, you take a look inside Gosu Huang Xing's base right now. He is going into that 2 pylon build. He should be getting up a cybernetics core in just a moment. Already has the assimilator up, so he may not train up a zealot, as the SCV is just going to wander around on the inside here. This is really what the SCV wants to see, whether or not a zealot is trained so that he knows how to respond and react accordingly. The one Marine still trying to chase away this probe. The probe getting a lot of scouting information still, as Angry building up a second supply depot inside over here by his refinery, as the probe still sneaking around.
Yet an immediate tech lab for Angry here, so he's probably going to come out with that opening where you get out the concussive shell and then a few Marauders, 1 or 2, along with Marines, and you just start pressuring the Protoss base. You can pick off a few Zealots or Stalkers if you catch them with those concussive shells, kite against the Zealots, and quickly focus down the Stalkers with those Marauders that do bonus damage to Armored. So a pretty strong opening here in TVP from Angry, and we'll see what he does off of the 1 Rax. As Gosu, you're going to get the information here, see that Marauder, and he's going to know the concussive shell probably about to complete as well. And we do see him adding a second gateway and coming out with a sentry.
Yeah, also Angry opening up with the command center as well, so he is going to be putting down a little bit of pressure with 2 Marauders and a Marine, but also getting this command center. So Angry should be able to get a strong economic lead into the beginning, as he is now adding on a reactor and perhaps trying to build a factory, just waiting for the gas. There's the gas, and now going for an additional gas as well, so delaying his factory, or delaying another barracks. Wow, I don't know what Angry is going to do with all this additional gas.
Yeah, and we do see a Stargate starting for our Protoss player, and this is a build I really like on this map. You come out with a Void Ray or 2, you can take advantage of the lack of Marines if the Terran player doesn't come out with a lot of them, and then you can sort of outrange units, as you see a force field going down for Huang Xing here, so he's going to be able to at least stop this aggression, the early aggression by Angry, but I think Angry got a SCV in there. Didn't see too much, might have seen the 2 gas, and the Stargate is finished, the first Void Ray being chronoed out at the moment, and a 3rd gate being added as well.
And a very interesting position on the bunker by Angry. So Angry building a bunker next to his barracks. And that's going to be very, very useful against the Void Ray, which may be coming in. A lot of Marines still being trained. currently off of that reactor there are going to be 3 Marines. You need about 5 to 7 in order to deal with that Void Ray. So will it come up in time? That is the key question there, as we are going into stim. It looks like an engineering bay is up. No weapons upgrade just quite yet, as the Void Ray now is starting to slowly fly in. There is that bunker, but nothing is inside it, as the Void Ray now going to start that harassment.
Yeah, and the Void Ray can be strong on this map, especially if it gets good position and is supported by gateway units, but I'm not sure how it's going to do when it's not supported by gateway units. As you see, the Void Ray doing its best to kite back here, get a few shots on those Marines, not lose any HP, so just losing shields there. But for the most part, didn't do too much damage for the investment. Was able to take down, I think, just one SC, or just a few SCVs. Looks like 3 have died total, but a second Void Ray already out, and a third one on the way. We see Angry coming out with just 1 Marine at a time, so really needs to start producing Marines here to try to battle these Void Rays, especially once he discovers that there are now 2 and a third on the way.
Yeah, another barracks now being built as well. You can see Marauders on the low ground, but those Marauders, an SCV going to spot these 2 Void Rays, and this should indicate to go into heavy Marine production. If Angry does not go into heavy Marine production, this is going to be an absolute nightmare, as we now see a lot of Sentries and Zealots added as well. This is almost a 1 base all in. Did he stop his pro production? Yes, he has stopped his pro production at 31. As now you can see a probe also joining in on the fight as well. The Void Rays being very smart, making sure to not take too much damage. They want to keep up their shields. And does Angry have enough production in order to fight this back?
Yeah, we'll see Angry going into major defensive mode here. He's going to have Stim about to finish. He's going to have +1. If that's able to finish before this attack, that could be huge as well. But he needs to get these Marines on the low ground so they're not gotten with this force field. All these Marines are on the ramp here. He's not going to be able to come down with them, as Protoss could just keep that force fielded forever. So now definitely going to have to lift up this orbital command. Might lose a lot of SCVs. Another force field going down on the ramp. The SCV is coming, trying to repair that orbital command. He does not want to lose it. Now the Zealots just ripping apart the SCVs and the Marines on the low ground, and now finally retreating backwards. A Stim coming from all these Marines, trying to focus down a Void Ray. It does go down, but Angry giving the GG, loses a quick one to the all-in from Wang Xin.
Yeah, so Huang Xin able to take another victory in Wednesday night StarCraft, and now evening up the series at 2 games apiece.